Well, it's February, so that means we made it through the longest month of our lives. Basically, January sucked, so therefore, Jamuary kind of also sucked. Let's get into it. Started off the year pretty optimistically. My gear was all sorted nicely. Everything was wired up. I was ready to bust out 31 jams. Basically, I only got to do 15. My rules this year were same as last year, completely Dawless. I wanted to go through my Tascam mixer for everything. I focused pretty much on eurorack the whole time. I also got an IntelliGel Steppy for drum sequencing, and it's excellent. It's so much fun. It's made for a lot of ratcheting because ratcheting on there is way too easy. Now I do a lot of ratchets. So a few days into the month, a whole bunch of fires broke out in Southern California, and it was kind of taking a lot of my personal attention. So instead of being glued to my phone watching people do sick jams, I was glued to my phone watching an app called Watch Duty, which is a thing that a lot of people in Southern California are very comfortable with now. Basically, just watching to see if your home is getting closer and closer to evacuation zones. So it was a little scary. It was a little anxiety-inducing. Obviously, I'm still sitting in my studio. We had it pretty darn easy compared to a lot of people. We never had to evacuate, but I did watch fires surrounding my town, and there were a few days where it was full of brown, horrible smoke out here. It also just didn't feel right posting a bunch of bleep bloops while my peers are trying to receive resources and information via social media. So I took a few days off because of that. And then the momentum drastically slowed down. And then during all that, David Lynch passed away. Not really a shock to people because he was sick for a little while, but it was a little blow in the middle of this kind of January chaos that was going on. I felt like I was mourning an old friend. It was very weird. He's one of my favorite directors. And a lot of people in the synth scene posted their little tributes to him. A lot of us did Twin Peaks related jams that week, which was fun. It was nice to see a bunch of little tributes. As far as the synth community goes, I think if you make weirdo music, you probably like weirdo movies too. So we were all hit pretty hard by that one. And then it rained. For like a day. But it did really help the fire situation out here. Things started to calm down, and I went to NAMM, which we don't even need to talk about because it kind of sucked. And then the next day, I got sick. And I sounded like this. And then there was this whole political thing that we're not going to talk about on this channel, but it was a thing that happened. So anyway, on to the jams. I'm just going to show you my entire Jamuary. We're going to annotate it with patch notes and things like that to the best of my memory. And I'm going to present them in the order of what I think is the coolest to the least coolest. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you had an amazing Jamuary. I know this month is kind of weird to do monthly challenges. It's kind of a downer of a month, and I hope this video wasn't too much of a downer. Thanks for watching. Bye.